Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Quick Picks. We're gonna run through this a little quicker than we did last week, and not just because the release list is a lot shorter. Alright, so John, you want to start off with a pick?
I have a pick, Yakitori Japan, Volume 22. Now, everyone knows about this bread series, but I just can't get it.
What if they don't? Maybe you should tell them a bit about it.
The entire premise is it's a boy who has solar hands. He is one of these rare people that is born with hands that are slightly warmer, which means that he can make bread that's amazing because it makes kneading bread release the secret awesome power, and it's filled with over-the-top tasting, non-stop tournaments and just twists and turns.
So it's basically it's your classic shonen like sports anime, but the sport is
and it's about bread making,
which sounds pretty awesome. In fact, I have read it.
Yeah, no, the first episode I ever watched was at an anime club, and as soon as I watched it, I immediately had to run out to the store and buy a loaf of bread.
Okay, now is it the anime or the manga?
No, the manga's coming out, Volume 22. But the anime that I watched, the first episode, when I knew that I was in love with it, I had to go to a Kroger and buy a baguette after it was done.
Did you beat somebody with the baguette?
No, I ate it. Sheesh.
All right.
Your pick.
My first pick is Black Blizzard, which is by Yoshihiro Tatsumi, who is a very famous mangaka who's best known as the guy who invented the Gekiga kind of alt comics style in Japan. Alt manga, I guess that is. He's actually
alt.
No, he's a nominee actually this year for the Eisner's Hall of Fame. Not just for the regular Eisners, although he's nominated there too, but for the Hall of Fame.
And you can read that on animevice.com.
And Black Blizzard, I have not read any of Tatsumi's stuff because it comes out from Drawn Quarterly. It's a bit more expensive. It's old school, and it's so hard to want to get back to that when I've got all this new stuff coming out. And also, his stuff, he's most famous for A Drifting Life, and it sounds really interesting, but at the same time, it sounds really depressing. So I haven't gotten there. Black Blizzard, as I understand it, is kind of a genre thriller. No, it's not uplifting. It's a genre thriller, and it's a bit more accessible than I think a lot of his works, especially A Drifting Life, which is in fact an autobiography. So if you've been really interested and keep meaning, like me, to check out Yoshihiro Tatsumi's stuff, this might be a really good opportunity to do it.
How could it not be uplifting? It's a Black Blizzard. Oh, I think I answered my own question.
Your next pick?
Oh, no, you pick. I'm done for manga right now.
Oh, really? I was going to throw out Diamond Girl, which is a new series that's just being launched from CMX, and it's about a girl. It's very much actually like Big Wind-Up in its setup. It's about a girl who she transfers away from her school where she was like a super pitcher, which makes it slightly different.
Oh, on the diamond. You know, the diamond as in baseball.
Yeah.
See, I was going to assume that she was her own best friend, because diamonds...
So anyway, Diamond Girl is about a girl who starts going to a new school, and she just wants nothing to do with baseball. She does not want to play baseball at all. But, like, on her first day there, a baseball, of course, sails through the window, and she instinctively catches it in this amazing feat of awesome sports awesomeness. And so all of a sudden, everyone's begging her to join the baseball team.
Join the baseball team.
Especially because the boys' team is particularly... Very fail.
Of course. Now, does she have to masquerade as a boy in the actual series?
I don't think so. At least that's not hinted at in the promotional materials. But it sounds really cute, and I was so surprised by how much I liked Big Wind-Up that I feel more inclined to give this a shot where I otherwise might not.
Wasn't this the exact same plot of Boys of Summer?
I've never seen it or read it.
The manga came out just recently by Tokyo Pop, I want to say. Oh well, we'll research that one.
Alright, so do you have an anime pick for us?
I do have an anime pick. We have Genshiken, not Volume 2, the Premium Collection, the second.
Yes, Genshiken 2, the second season.
Which is about a bunch of nerds in Nerd Club in Otakuville.
At a university.
At a university.
One of those rare exceptions where it takes place at a university.
But yeah, it's essentially a otaku club for a university where a bunch of these guys and girls get together and they have general nerdy interests, and it's just these interactions. And from what I've heard, it has a lot of good character development.
It's it's pretty fun. As I recall, the second season I've heard has not as high a budget as the first season did, and it picks up right where the OVA left off. You have first season, then you have OVA, and you have second season. If you miss the OVA, then like there's a character in there that you don't know and all sorts of things. So,
I haven't actually checked on this because this is a Media Blast release. Does the OVA come in one of these two collections?
No, I don't believe so. I believe that the season 2 collection is just the season 2. I think the OVA came out separately. And I'm sure eventually they will do like an all of Genshiken box set. But this is
Your pick.
My pick is, I always have to remember the English name, Living for the Day After Tomorrow, which was Asatte no Hoko, which is kind of a weird soap opera-y series about, you've got, basically the center of it is this guy. He's not the main character, but he used to have a relationship with a woman who's just come back to their town, and he also has a little sister that he always has to take care of. And the little sister wishes that she could be an adult, so she could take care of herself and not burden her brother so much. And the woman wishes that she could go back to when she was a child. And so it's kind of like
Freaky Friday, the anime.
A little bit. They don't change bodies, they change ages. So mysteriously, there's now a new little girl in town and a new adult wearing way too small clothes in town. And they kind of have to deal with it, and there's a lot of interesting tensions that go on. I watched some of it, and it's very soap opera, but it's kind of fun too because it's so. I'm
still giggling at that. There's a new little girl in town.
There's a new little
Everyone
girl
pay attention.
Mysteriously, with no parent or guardian, just a new little girl. It's a small town. You know,
she'll pass all of her
city.
tests, I'm sure.
Probably.
She'll blow them all away in second grade.
Do you have anything else in the anime?
I wanted to bring this up. While this isn't necessarily a run out and buy, Wordsworth, the complete collection. There's also the complete collection and Outer Story, which is a side story.
The perfect collection. Do you know what's actually in it?
No.
Awesome. But it's perfect.
But it's Wordsworth, so it's this little 5-episode hentai based on kind of fantasy genre. And what I find really notable about it is that it was voiced and credited to 2 porn stars, Jenna Jameson and Nikki Doll.
That was kind of a trend in hentai for a while, was to try and get porn stars to do all of the voice acting. I think it kind of fell off because I think what they found was that it wasn't bringing in necessarily those porn actresses' audiences, so it wasn't really worth the extra money. But it was kind of amusing. But
in case you're tired of subpar moans and groans, know that person really knows what it's like to get accosted by tentacles.
Anyway, last pick, I was going to throw out that Nana Box Set Volume 4 is out this week. And I have not caught up on Nana at all, but I watched the first few episodes and I read a couple volumes of the manga, and I was always... Again, it's a soap opera, but I was always really impressed with the characterizations in it.
I've done some work on the wiki on Nana, and it sounded interesting. It's punk, rock, band, drama, soap opera.
It's originally about 2 girls who have the same name and their kind of overlapping lives as they become roommates and best friends. Eventually, I think it kind of veers to the more interesting Nana, who is the rock star Nana. Go figure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rock stars are interesting.
But actually, it's interesting. I was on the Anime 3000 podcast, which should go up later this week, I believe. And we were talking about what shoujo shows, what shoujo anime could you actually get on TV. And I suggested a few: Vampire Knight, I suggested Ouran, and I suggested Nana, because I thought that those were the 3 that had a lot of potential for.
They do a lot of those soap opera shows, though. You get a lot of random flotsam going around. You have your Peach Girls, you have your whatever, you have his.
Yeah, but some of them are better than others. I think Nana's particular foundation in music makes it particularly potentially of interest in a way that some other shoujo series would not. Like Fruits Basket, it's very popular among anime and manga fans, but I don't know how well it would do with the mainstream because it's kind of out there.
Come on, it ties...
Dudes turn into animals when they get hugged by girls.
But it ties together that calendar you get as a placemat when you go to cheap Chinese restaurants. Come on!
The Zodiac, Joan?
Yeah.
The Zodiac.
Yeah, and that's how we know about it. Because of cheap placemats at Chinese restaurants.
Alright, and that was your quick picks for the week. Make sure you check the rest of the list, which is really not that much longer, right below this video. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye, B.